For more on this case, we are joined by author Beverly Lowry, whose book, Who Killed These Girls?, has been compared to Truman Capote's In Cold Blood. We have Beverly with us now. Beverly, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
So Beverly, what's your reaction to this news? Did you ever imagine that one day this cold case would finally be solved?
I wondered. I wasn't sure. And given the direction the investigation was still in the early 2020s, I wasn't sure. Once they promoted Dan Jackson to be head of the cold case unit, hope came to everybody that he would actually solve it.
Can you take us back in time to when the murders happened in 1991? Austin was different and much smaller. Can you explain how this case affected the city back then?
I didn't live here, but my son and daughter-in-law did, and I lived in D.C. And once when I came home, not too long after the murders, something new was going on in the case, and I asked my son, are the yogurt shop murders ever going to be out of our lives? And he said, no, they're with us forever. And that's how people felt. It was shocking. And, you know, I've interviewed a lot of people for this book. Nobody I talked to you didn't feel their heart sink when they talked about this case. It affected everybody who came close to having anything to do with it, and even just people who lived here at the time. It was so unexpected and horrific.
Even for people who maybe weren't even alive at the time, who have grown up in Austin or grown up coming to Austin, it's this haunting, this cloud hanging over. But what do you think of now, how the new investigative work was done?
Through science, not through theory, not through confessions, through the science that would produce hard evidence. And that's what Dan Jackson, the head of the cold case unit since 2022, did. He stuck to what he could prove, what he could see, and that's why it was solved. I mean, pure and simple.
And that DNA evidence investigators this week have made clear was what clinched this, was the defining moment.
Yes.
And, you know, I want to add another layer to this journey for you is from what we've read, writing about the parents' grief in this book made you revisit your own story of the loss of a child. Can you talk to about what that was like and your personal connection here?
My son Peter was killed in a hit-and-run incident. I don't know who hit him. I don't know if they intended to hit him or hit him by accident and kept going or what. So that uncertainty lives with me now. And it was the uncertainty that the parents faced that connected me to the case. It's hard enough to lose a child, but to not know exactly how it happened and if it was violent, who did it. And that's what they have suffered for 34 years.
And that kind of pain is just unimaginable. And now that these families, they finally have that answer, they finally have that closure, this case is making international news. What do you hope years from now people remember from this case?
I hope they remember a number of things. One is that the DNA, the only full profile they could get, DNA profile that could be obtained from the crime scene that was on the girls, that was complete. You know, the scene of the crime behind the yogurt shop was set ablaze, burned, and then 500 gallons of water was sprayed to put out the fire. So it's really hard to come by full profile. But Amy Ayers, who was the youngest of the 4 girls, she was only 13 at the time, apparently fought back because she had DNA under her fingernails. And the water didn't affect that, the fire didn't affect that, and so they got a full DNA profile from her fighting. And it 100% matched the full DNA profile of Robert Eugene Brasher's. And that's what they were looking for. That's what they needed to absolutely be sure they had the right person this time.
It was her bravery that
Yes.
directly led us to today. And I know her parents were quoted as saying that they were very proud of her.
Well, and Bob Ayers, the father, said several times, Amy would have fought back. And you think, well, it's just Dad, but he was right. He was absolutely right.
He
She
knows
did.
his daughter.
And, that's not to say the other girls didn't, but hers was the fight that won the case, really.
Well, indeed, I hope, and we all hope this revelation can bring not only justice, but peace to
Yep.
everyone
Absolutely.
impacted by this. Well, Beverly Lowry, author of Who Killed These Girls, thank you so much for sharing your research with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.